Okay, Good Friday. Here we go. A couple of you need to finish a quiz still. That was actually supposed to be done on Thursday. So get in, log in, and do your quiz and show your work in the boxes provided on the short answers. So about 20 of you had it done as of Thursday evening when I was recording this video. So about 10 of you to go. Changing gears after this quiz, we are on page 12. So in your note packet, if you've been printing these off, find page 12 just for a couple quick definitions, and then we'll get going here. So a couple things, couple quick definitions. The point at which a line intersects the x-axis is called the x-intercept. So you see that over here. So in this example, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like it's x equals 8. And we write that, if we wrote it as a coordinate pair, we would write it as 8, 0. So it's whatever the x is in an xy pair. And then, of course, the same thing here. If we go up for our y, 2, 4, 6, 8, looks like it's the same thing, except this one's 0, 8. And the y-intercept, y equals 8. So we've identified those in that example. So it says find the x-intercepts of an equation. How do we do that? Well, when we have both, we let y equals 0, and then we solve for x. And then to find the y-intercept, we let x equals 0. I don't know why I wrote 8 up here. I said let y equals 0 and solve for x. And down here we're going to let x equal 0 and solve for y. So it's a little opposite. Sometimes people will get these mixed up and which one they're solving for. So here we go. Let's find some of these algebraically. Find the x and y intercepts of the equation y equals 3x plus 6. So like I said, we need to, if we want to find the x-intercept, we're going to let y equal 0. So when y equals 0, then we are going to substitute 0 in for y, and that gives us 0 equals 3x plus 6. So to solve this, now we have to do a two-step equation. And we need to show this intermediate step. Some of you are not showing this step. And then you divide by 3. And then I get x equals -2. And some of you are not showing this step here. You need to show all your steps. So it says find the x and y intercept. Well, my x-intercept, it crosses the x-intercept when x equals -2. And now I just flip the script. I come over here and I redo it again, but now I let x equal 0. On this one here, it's easy because when x equals 0, we have 3 times 0 plus 6. So this just goes away, y equals 6. So if I was graphing this, just real quick, just to show you what it would look like, I would have one of my intercepts over here at -2. Because x equals -2. So there'd be a dot there, and then we'd be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd be up here when y equals 6. We could use those two to graph. That's where we're going next week. So more on that to come, but that's kind of where we're going. Now let's do some examples. Now you're going to go to page 13 in your notes for these 3 examples, and that'll be it for today. So again, we have to do 2 different things. We need to let x equal 0, and we need to let y equal 0. So when x equals 0, if I pretended that that goes away, negative y equals 2. And when y equals 0, and this one will be pretty simple over here, then x equals 2. This one here, I had to divide by negative 1. And that just flips it to negative 2. Over here I didn't have to do anything because there was no numbers in front of the x's and y's. If it's a 1, you don't have to do anything. There's no simplified step to do. If there's a negative 1, you just have to flip it. So where's it cross the x-intercept? Well, it crosses when x equals 2. Where's my y-intercept? When y equals negative 2. We'll jump down and do a couple more real quick and be done. So we're going to do this problem twice, once when x equals 0, once when y equals 0. When x equals 0, that leaves me with negative 2y equals 12 because this would just disappear. And then if I did it again, and I got rid of that part because it equals 0, then 3x would equal 12. So now I just do my one step. I divide both sides by negative 2. Again, show the steps. Y equals negative 6. Over here, divide by 3. X equals 4. So where's it cross the x-intercept? Well, when x equals 4, that's when it crosses the x-axis. And where's my y-intercept? Where's it cross the y-axis? Y equals negative 6. And last one for the day. A little bit trickier just because you're going to have a decimal in one of these, but when x equals 0, 10 y equals negative 10. Should get your negative in there. And when y equals 0, 8x equals negative 10. So over here, I divide by 10. Y equals negative 1 because I have negative 10 divided by 10. Over here, when I divide by 8, how many times does 8 go into negative 10? If we go back to some of your elementary math, I actually did this when I work with my 4th graders in their math groups. So we divide this out. That equals 1. How many times does 8 go into negative 10? It goes in there 1 time. And how many is left over? 2 out of a possible 8. And of course my negative sign drops down. That would reduce to negative 1 1/4. Or if you did it on your calculator, negative 1.25. So however you want to write it, over here, make sure you simplify. So my y-intercept is when y equals negative 1. My x-intercept is when x equals, we'll just write negative 1 1/4. So that was 3 examples. I think your assignment today is pretty easy, but we are going to jump back a page, and it's just, you got to be careful. There's no directions at the top of this page, and if you go back to page 10, it doesn't give you the directions that we would want to use. So your homework is page 11, 12 to 19 all, and you want to follow the same steps as our notes. So what I see right here, showing your steps on 4, 5, and 6, is what I should see when you go back a couple pages and do this. Upload it when you're done and have a great weekend.